Welcome to Kidmissing TV. This is your Doe Friday for Friday the 13th. I will link the last time I did this case. I want to thank the person on Reddit who made an entire Google document on this case. Because it made it a lot easier. This is the case of the Los Angeles County John and Jane Doe. The best that they're able to figure, based on the detective's casebook, which is the book that the case was in. I cannot show you any of those pictures. I do not have them, and even if I did, YouTube would go completely ape bat blank crazy. Ape blank bat blank crazy. So, because I guess they're pretty awful. These two kids picked up a stick of dynamite and, well, got blown to bits. There's no nice way to put it. Between 1921 and 1951, based on, again, the crime scene photographers, / detectives period of work. The book, LAPD homicide detective Jack Huddleston, Death Scenes, a homicide detective scrapbook. Now, they say that these two young people were, let's see, the Jane Doe was between 13 and 19. They were at an unknown dam in Los Angeles that must have been being built. They couldn't estimate much about the male because of the damage to him. I personally think that excuse me. That they were younger, just based on the fact that they picked up the dynamite. I mean, what? Excuse me. And based on their clothing, they believe they were from the 20s or 30s. Okay. Excuse me. There is a web filter named Horton. WHORDON, like Horton is a who, that owns the book. And here's the description. The girl appears to have lost her left hand, possibly foot, but there is extensive damage to her right lower leg below the knee. Her face is largely intact, however there is damage to the right side of her face. The boy has nothing but pulp left where his head was. Both of his feet are intact, as are his legs. He's wearing dress pants, a sport jacket, and both of his shoes are on his feet. His right hand is missing or mangled. Seems to be plants around him, but not around her. Excuse me. It appeared to Natasha Mullins by the injuries that John was likely holding the dynamite when it detonated, and Jane was to the left of him. No names or dates, as it is unsolved by FBI. Keep in mind, this book came out in 1996. So even at that point, it had not. Excuse me. There was even there's even been speculation that other police departments have sent photographs to him for the book, so they're not all from Los Angeles County. Also, one of the people who owned the collection at one time turned it into sort of a documentary showing the pictures narrated by Church of Satan leader Anton LaVey. There are a few possibles for the does, however unlikely. Brenda Jo Howell, who was a victim of McRae Edwards, they're pretty sure. Patricia Crandall. Connie Smith, yeah, that's not likely. Beverly Potts, again, no. Beverly Sharpman, I don't know. And then for the John Doe, there's Donald Lee Baker, another victim of McRae Edwards. Um, there's a possible Vernon Claire Winter, both born in 1910. Both died on February 7th, 1924. A dam in LA County was being constructed, the St. Francis Dam. Hmm. Okay, some people are saying that his clothes are actually closer to the late 40s. I haven't seen the pictures. I'm afraid to look. I have plenty of family pictures from all the areas, time periods listed in the case. So I would be able to um, okay, Vern Winter was an actor, a child actor. He died at home of an illness. And the two memorials are for one person. Claire was actually his middle name. And there are a ton of dams that were being built at the time. The St. Francis Dam, 1924 to 1929, actually collapsed in 1928 and was demolished in 1929. Good work there. That one's... Again, it is so hard to know. There have been 3 reconstructions done of Jane. John unfortunately didn't have a face to reconstruct. Now, I don't know, like I said, if you would like, I can put a link in the description to the photos, if I can find them. I believe they're on WebSleuth. So I can put a link to the photos. And I will do that with a heavy warning. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had the courage to look at them. To be completely honest, frank, and straightforward, I just... Some people even said maybe they eloped, or maybe they were part of a cult that was in Los Angeles at the time and they weren't reported missing. All sorts of possibilities. And there are all sorts of possibilities, of course. But I would like to they may be at the cemetery at the Los Angeles County Crematorium at First and Lorena. Because that's where they would have gone during that time period. Again, we have disputes on the time period. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find that link. Okay. Looking for unidentified. Okay. Actually, here we go. Okay. Oh boy. This supposedly I'll have to look for it. But they're supposedly pictures. I'm not going to go through the entire thread during the video. That would be terrible. Plus, I have a meeting at 4 o'clock, so... Excuse me. I will go through this. I am running a little bit late because I was watching videos from the time I got up. I will, like I said, I'll include that in the description. I will also include my original video in the end cards. I just felt that there was more information now. I will also include a link to the entire document, which I feel is important. Like I said, there's way too many pages to go through, and I will make sure that I link the Google Doc so that you can read the whole thing, because it's many pages. Very, very well done, and I thank him for that, and for the ability for me to do a better video on this case. So thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you Monday. Please subscribe and hit that bell for all your notifications. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.